Students, today we are going to discuss about numerical methods. See, when I speak about a numerical method, it is a very important branch of mathematics and it makes many complicated equations or the set of the equations very simple. It is usually meant to solve the equations with too many higher degree or so many set of equations, and the best part is that we can write the program for all these methods and execute it nicely. So basically you can say it is a tool for programming, right? So now in numerical method you have n number of things, but we will start with the solution of equations. There are various methods for that, and our main focus will be on two methods, Regular-Falsy and Newton-Raphson. In this particular video, I am going to discuss about the Newton-Raphson. Now, before starting the Newton-Raphson, first you need to understand what exactly we are planning to do. See, what is our target? They are giving us an equation f of x is equal to 0. And you have to find out the positive root for this which is nearer to 0. Right? So when I talk about this fx can be of two types, right? Fx can be a polynomial like this, or fx can be like this. So the equation which are in terms of x are called the algebraic equations, okay? They are called the algebraic equation. And the equation which has cos, sine means trigonometric function, log, exponential, they are called transcendental equation. Anyways, this is not going to trouble you. So we have two different types of equation, but the method to solve is same. Only few small things we have to take care, which I will explain you with the questions. Now first understand, when I am asking you to solve an equation like this, what exactly we are searching? We are searching the value of x for which f of x is equal to 0. So geometrically, if I want to understand it, if you plot any graph fx, what happens? It will be like this. What it represents? At this particular value of x, the value of y is this. At this particular value of x, y is this. Correct? And what exactly is the root? The root is a value of x for which y is equal to 0. And tell me where y will be 0. Y will be 0 on this line. Right? So when I draw like this or I trace a curve like this, whenever it crosses the x-axis, there only the root is sitting. So this concept is the starting point of my method, because I will be approximating the roots. So I need a neighborhood where the root will lie. Okay, I want to minimize the region where the root will lie. Okay. So this is a theory. Doing question is very easy. It is formula based. So don't get scared about the theory. The theory simple concept you have to understand is that this is an equation. You need to find out the value of x for which fx is equal to 0. And when fx is 0, when it crosses the x-axis. So how it is going to help me? Why I am explaining? See, the value of y in this region is positive and the value of y in this region is negative. So when I find out the value of function at different points and suddenly there is a change from positive to negative, you should understand that you have crossed the root, you have crossed the x-axis. So the first step in this method is always, whatever function is given, find out f of 0, f of 1, f of 2, f of 3. If suppose this is negative and this is positive, so root lies between 1 and 2. So whenever you will have a shift from negative to positive or positive to negative, root will be between those two values of x. Sometime you will find that it keeps on increasing. So that time you have to check f of minus 1, f of minus 2. So this way that will give me the boundary in which my answer is sitting. Okay, it may have more than one root. We are looking for a root which is close to 0. Right? Now, this is the one very important thing. Now, the other very important small things which you have to take care is, when you handle the transcendental equation, You have to take care whenever trigonometric functions are there, sin x, cos x, tan x, you need to convert your system from degree to radian. You have to convert your calculator from degree to radian. If you press mode, shift mode, you will get the option degree, radian, like that. So you have to pick up radian. Never do the calculation in degree. You will find the wrong answer. And by default, your calculator is always in a degree. If you observe carefully, at the top you can see D. So that D has to be converted into R. When I speak about log, you have to check base. It is E or it is A or it is 10. Because where you will do the mistake, differentiation of log x is 1 by x, but differentiation of log ax is not 1 by x. So these will be the few small things which you have to take care in the questions. Another thing you will take care is that suppose in the question they are mentioning find the answer till 2 decimal places. You have to calculate till 4 decimal places and match the 2 decimals. That I will explain you with the question also. I am just telling you the pointers which you have to keep in mind before starting the questions. Right? Now, let's come to the core method. I will explain you the core method, then we will start directly with the questions. What is the Newton-Raphson method? First, let me tell you the formula. The formula is xn plus 1 is equal to xn minus f of xn upon f dash xn. This is the formula. Now step 1. Step 1, find x0. What is x0? X0 is my starting point. How I will find out the starting point? I will put the values like this. Now suppose the answer is between 2 and 3. Okay. So now I don't know it is close to 2, it is close to 3. There is a way to check that also. The value at 2 and value at 3, which one is nearer to 0 now? Answer is near to 2 or 3 depending upon that. But I don't want to unnecessarily bring one concept. In Newton-Raphson, what you should do, if you are getting it between 2 and 3, take your x0 as 2.5. So you are sitting at the center. Understand one thing, you are on a number line. Suppose this is the answer. You can move from here also, you can move from here also. Okay, if the answer is between this. Now, if you start from here, definitely you will reach early. So, wherever you are starting, if I am starting with 1.2, you are starting with 3, our final answer will be same, intermediate step will be different. Okay, intermediate step will be different because I am coming from this direction, you are coming from this direction and we are reaching here. Right? So, your target is to reduce it. I will tell you a smart way also to get it. Okay, later on. First, understand the method. Step 2, fx is given. Just put x is equal to xn in that question. Differentiate and get the value of fxn. Substitute here. Take the LCM and solve. Even if you don't take the LCM, you can solve it. That the common one new function which will come is called iterative formula. So get the iterative formula. Okay. Then start putting n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 till your xn and xn plus 1 are same. The moment you get same, you have to stop and that gives you your answer. Now, smart ways. What are the smart ways? Suppose I am giving you the question x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now, all of you have a calculator and all of you know how to solve this equation in calculator. Find out the answer. Okay, you will get the answer before starting the question. Now, suppose your calculator is showing answer is 2.2145. So, if you have proper time in exam, you can start with 2. You can start with 2.1. And if you don't have the time in exam, start with 2.2. And you will get the answer in 2 steps. If you are far from the answer, you will get the answer in 4 steps. 5 steps, but definitely you will get the answer if you don't do any calculation mistake. So very carefully observe it. Okay, and now all of you, we will solve few questions. I will try to cover all type of variety. So see all the question. Don't see one question and come to a conclusion that you understood the method. Every question will tell you a new thing. So please watch the video till end and do each and every question along with me. You have to pause the video and do the questions. Okay. Now let us see the first question. See, using Newton-Raphson method, find a real root of the equation this. Now, what is the step 1? I need to figure out where is the answer. What is a smart way? Take your calculator, get the answer and write it in the corner. It is secret between you and your notebook. Okay, you don't have to declare anywhere that this is the answer. Okay, let me do fairly now. First start with f of 0. F of 0 means here you put x is equal to 0. If you put x is equal to 0, you will get a negative answer, minus 5. Put f of 1. If you put 1, what you will get? 1 minus 2 minus 5, again negative. Then f of 2. If you do f of 2, you get 8 minus 4 minus 5, again negative. Now do f of 3. What is f of 3? 27 minus 6 minus 5, this is positive. So what happened? See, I'll draw this line so that you are more clear. You observe that your answer is between 2 and 3. Because at 2 I got negative, at 3 I got the positive. Now you have to define your x naught. You can take x naught as 2. You can take x naught as 3. But I don't know where exactly is the root. So I will prefer to take the central path, 2.5. Right? So I will take x naught as 2.5. But all the 3 are correct. You can start from anywhere. Okay? It's your luck where you are and where is the answer. So step 1 is to figure out from where to start. That is x naught here. Step 2 is find out f dash x, means differentiate it. So 3x square minus 2. Okay. Now, step 3, write the iterative formula. Iterative formula is xn plus 1 is equal to xn minus f of xn upon f dash xn. Okay. So this is equal to xn minus, what is f of xn? F of xn means question. So xn cube minus 2xn minus 5. Now here all of you pay attention. Please put the bracket. Otherwise you will do a mistake. Because this f dash xn is below this only. So 3xn square minus 2. Now take the LCM and your xn plus 1 is equal to 3xn cube minus 2xn minus xn cube plus 2xn plus 5. See, when I am opening the bracket, minus 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 plus minus 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 plus minus minus plus upon 3xn square minus 2. Right? So this will become xn plus 1 is equal to 2xn cube plus 5 upon 3xn square minus 2. This is the iterative formula for this question. See, many books and many students, what they do, they don't solve it. They keep it like this and put the value here. Nothing wrong in that also, but I personally feel this is easier version. Right? So I got 2xn cube plus 5, 3xn square minus 2. Okay? Now, put n is equal to 0. When you put n is equal to 0, what you will get? X1 is equal to 2x0 cube plus 5 upon 3x0 square minus 2. And what is the value of x0? x0 is your 2.5. So 2 into 2.5 cube plus 5 upon 3, 2.5 square minus 2. You should be good in using the calculator. So put the value and you will get 2.164179. Have the habit of taking 4 to 5 decimal places. Okay. Now put n is equal to 1. So what you get? x2 is equal to 2x1 cube plus 5, 3x1 square minus 2. Put the value. Now 2.164179 cube plus 5 upon 3, 2.164179 minus 2. Once you put this in the calculator, you just have to keep on changing the values. That practice is required. Okay. if you do the practice, you will get definitely 2.1666. Now put n is equal to 2. So x3 is equal to 2x2 cube plus 5 3x1 square minus 2. You should pause the video and you should solve and check whether you are getting correct or not. Right? So you will get 2.097313. Then put n is equal to 3. You got x4 is equal to 2x cube plus 5 3x3 minus 2, and this will be equal to 2.09455. Right? Now see what is happening. Suppose if I am asking find the answer till 2 decimal places. Okay. Till 3 decimal places. Usually they ask for 3 or 4 decimal places. I got this, then I got this, then I got this. So I am matching till 2 decimal places. So I will do for one more time. N is equal to 4. So x5 is equal to 2x4 cube plus 5 3x4 minus 2. And this will be 2.09455. And the moment I get the same values, I'll stop and the second one is your answer. Right? Now see, a very simple concept which I was trying to explain you. Where I am, I don't know. It is 2.09. If I would have started from 2, I would have got the answer in 2 or 3 steps only. Since I started from here and I started moving this side. But that is also a luck. Suppose if your answer is here and you started with 2, it will take a lot of time. So 2.5 is the safest thing. But the smartest thing is that use calculator, get the answer and then start from there. Suppose in calculator you got the 2.09, then you should have started with 2. So you would have got the answer fast. So that is a trick to solve the Newton-Raphson method. Okay. Now look at this one more question. Now this question is similar to the previous. Why I took this, I'll tell you. Step 1c. F of 0 is what? F of 0 is positive. F of 1 is what? 1 minus 3 plus 4. Positive. F of 2 is what? 8 minus 6 plus 4. Positive. So you will see that positive value is increasing. Means I may go in negative side. Minus 1 if I do. So I'll get minus 1 plus 3 plus 4. Again positive. F of minus 2 is what? Minus 8 plus 6 plus 4. Again positive. F of minus 3 is what? Minus 27 plus 9 plus 4. Negative. So here answer is between minus 2 and minus 3. So you can start with x0 is equal to minus 2.5. Right? So that will give you the answer. And again, if you want to save the time of doing this, take your calculator, get the answer, and near to the answer you take any point and start doing. Even if you come to know 0.6 is the answer, start with 0.5. Okay, there is no hard and fast rule. If my answer suppose is 2.677, you start with 2.6. In 2 steps you will get the answer. Right? So when you will solve this question exactly the way I have done, you will get your, first I'll write down your this thing. You have to try yourself. Xn plus 1 is equal to 2xn cube minus 4 upon 3xn square minus 3. Okay, so you all of you should solve it and check whether you are getting the same iterative formula or not. Then you will get x1 is equal to minus 2.2222, x2 is equal to minus 2.196221, x3 is equal to minus 2.1957, right? And that will be the answer, 2.19 with negative sign. Okay, always take the last one as your answer. See here, this is 7, so this will become 6. That's why it is same, right? So I have started by taking x0 is equal to minus 2.5. If you take x0 as minus 2, these value will be different, but the last value will be same. Okay, it is about reaching a particular point from different directions. Understood? Same way, 2 more questions are there which you need to try. I'll show you the questions. Okay. See, this question you can try exactly same. This question you can try exactly same. Now look at this. Using Newton-Raphson method, derive an iterative formula to find root n and hence find root 12. So iterative formula, I just told you how to do it, right? So that way only we will do. So this question you try yourself. I will show you the question exactly like that. I will solve. This is a simple number 12, so you can do. I will do 37. And it is a square root. I will do cube root for you. Then this is a transcendental equation. This also for your homework purpose. I'll do the other question to explain you. These are the easy question. And it is x e to the power x is equal to 2. Okay, I'll give you the hints for these question as well. Don't worry about it. Now look at this question. Now see what they are saying. Using Newton-Raphson method, derive an iterative formula to find cube root of 37. Now cube root of 37 means what? Let the cube root of 37 is like this, or 37 to the power 1 by 3, correct? Previous what I shown you was square root, so it will be 1 by 2. Can I rewrite this as x cube is equal to 37? Or can I say f of x is equal to x cube minus 37? See now, I got the question. Now if you are very smart, what you will do? You will take out your calculator, you will find out cube root of 37 and you will get your x0 very easily. Okay, if you want to do it honestly, we know where is the cube root of 37. You start with x is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. You will get positive and negative change between 3 and 4. Correct? And if you solve it by calculator, you will see cube root is 3.33222. So what I have done smartly, I took x naught is equal to 3.3. Okay. Now, I'll solve this question completely. F of x is equal to x cube minus 37. So f dash x is equal to 3x square. Okay. So xn plus 1 is equal to xn minus xn cube minus 37. I am very careful about the bracket. 3xn square. If you want, you can work out with this only, but I prefer to always simplify the iterative formula. So 3xn cube minus xn cube plus 37 upon 3xn square. So my iterative formula become 2xn cube plus 37 upon 3xn square. Right? Now, put n is equal to 0. So x1 is equal to 2x0 cube plus 37 upon 3x0 square. In place of x0, you put 3.3. You will get 108.874 upon 32.67, which is 3.332537. Okay, put n is equal to 1. See, I did like this. In calculator, you can solve completely by using that x by y format. Okay, so x2 is equal to 2x1 cube plus 37 upon 3x1 square, which is equal to 111.02103. Those who are not confident about calculator, you write separately and do, but don't do the mistake. Okay, but learn to use it as a function. 332. The moment I got the repetition, I'll stop and that will be the answer. Correct? So if you have an answer next to you, it is very easy to judge. And if your answers are getting very different from what exactly you have got in calculator, means you are wrong. Please check what you have done. Don't say ki I am right, okay? Now come to the next question. Now see, this question students usually get confused because the 10x is there. Find the approximate value of the real root of the equation tan x is equal to x by Newton-Raphson method by taking x is equal to 4.5. So x naught they have given. Usually in trigonometric functions they mention because the answers are very close to each other. Okay. Now what is your fx? Your fx is equal to tan x minus 1x, right? So what is f dash x? What is differentiation of tan x? Secant square x minus 1. And secant square x minus 1 is what? Tan square x. Correct? Because 1 plus tan square is secant square, right? So now let me make the iterative formula. Xn plus 1 is equal to xn minus f of xn. F of xn means 10xn minus xn. I'll take care of the bracket upon 10 square xn. Simplify. If you simplify, you will get xn 10 square xn minus 10 xn plus xn upon 10 square xn. So I can say xn plus 1 is equal to xn 10 square xn minus 10 xn plus xn upon 10 square xn. So this is the iterative formula. So when there is a step marking, you always get the marks to reach this point as well, because this is the main key topic, key step. Now, what is the precaution I told you to take when you are dealing with the trigonometric function? Your first step, convert calculator to radian. It is must, otherwise your answer will be wrong. Right? Now put n is equal to 0. So x1 is equal to 4.5, 10 square 4.5 minus 10 of 4.5 plus 4.5 upon 10 square of 4.5. Okay, when you solve this, you will get x1 is equal to 4.493615. Then put n is equal to 1 and your x2 will be 4.493725. Okay, so again I got 3 decimal places same and I'll stop. Until or unless they don't mention in the question how many decimal places, you can take 2 or 3 as per your choice. Okay, it's better to take 3 on the safe side. But if you don't have time in exam, do it till 2 and finish it off. Now look at this question. Using Newton-Raphson method, find the real root of x sin x plus cos x is equal to 0 nearer to x is equal to pi. Again, your calculator must be in your radian. So now your f of x is equal to x sin x plus cos x is equal to 0. In these questions, they are giving me x naught. So I don't have to check where is the x naught. I should not start with that. They are mentioning. Previous question x naught was 4.5. Now here it is pi. In your calculator, you can see the pi is there. You have to use it with shift, or in fuse system, it is with alpha. Okay. Now differentiate it. Apply the product rule. Differentiation of x is 1. So sin x. Differentiation of sin x is cos x. Differentiation of cos x is minus sin x. So I got x cos x. Right? Iterative formula. Xn minus xn sin xn plus cos xn, and I am very particular about my brackets. Xn cos xn. Do the cross multiplication. Xn plus 1 is equal to xn square cos xn minus xn sin xn minus cos xn upon xn cos xn. Correct? Now, this is a iterative formula. If you want, you can directly use this as a iterative formula, no issues. Okay, I prefer to take LCM and solve. You can do it directly also. Okay. Now again, n is equal to 0 means it will give me x is equal to 1. So here you put x is pi, 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 pi. So it will be pi square cos pi minus pi sin pi minus cos pi upon pi cos pi. We are in radian in calculator. Keep this in mind. Okay. So x1 value will be 2.79838 and x2 value will be 2.7986. Okay. Okay, wait. I wrote the wrong value. Wait. Your x1 value will be 2.823. 2.28 and this will be 2.7986. Then x3 will be 2.7984. It is just in calculator you have to put and you have to solve. That's it. Okay, let's move to the next question now. So what is the next question? Let us see what is the next question. Okay, next question is going to give you a little pain. Not pain, it is a different question. Okay. Now see, what is the question? I'll write x log base 10. This should come down. Okay, it is not log 10x, it is base 10. X is equal to 1.2. Now what I told you, base e and base 10 are two different concepts. If base is e, differentiation is 1 by x. Base is 10, it is not. I'll write down here one thing. Log base 10 x is equal to log e10 and log ex. Okay, so log 10e. Okay. Now in calculator you can find out the value of this thing. In calculator when log is written, it is always base 10 by default. You can see at top of that 10 to the power x will be there. And when ln is written, it is base e. Okay. While writing we always write log, but basically it is ln. Okay. And the value of this is 0.4342. In calculator directly you can calculate. You just press log and then e is equal to, when you will do, you will get 0.4342. So this can be replaced by this. So now what is my question? F of x is equal to x log x minus 1.2 or f of x is equal to x 0.4342 log x with base e minus 1.2. What is f dash x then? Now apply the product rule here. This is a constant. Differentiation of x is 1. So 0.4342 log x, okay, plus 0.4342. Differentiation of log x is 1 by x, into x is 1 and differentiation of 1.2 is 0. So I got this. What is my iterative formula now? Xn minus 0.4342 x log x minus 1.2. As usual, I am particular about my brackets. 0.4342 log x plus 0.4342. Okay, so xn plus 1 is equal to xn 0.4342 log x with base e plus 0.4342 xn. Simple, this LCM I am taking, minus 0.4342 xn log xn plus 1.2 upon the same thing. So you can observe this term and this term is getting cancelled. Denominator I am not writing. Xn plus 1, you will get 0.4342 xn plus 1.2 upon 0.4342 log xn plus 0.4342. So this is my iterative formula. Now you can find x1, which will be 2.74681. Okay. x2, 2.740994. x3, 2.740945. But what is x0? We have not done x0. So before starting here only you should do the x0. So now in this particular question, why I have not told you x0? See, log of 0 is not defined. So you start with f of 1, f of 2, f of 3. But in few question what happen now? If root is between 0 and 1, it cannot be 0, 0 and 1, then you are missing it. So always start with f of 0.1 just to check. Then f of 1, f of 2, f of 3. So in this case you will get the root is between 2 and 3. So I will suggest you to take x0 as 2.5. because we don't know कि it is close to 2 or it is close to 3. But yes, there is a method I told you. When you find out the value, check which value is closer to 0. That will be your root will be close to that. Okay, so this is how you have to do the question for Newton-Raphson. So subscribe my channel so that you will get the update when I'll upload a new video. Next, I will try to upload regular falsi or some formulas for interpolation so that we can cover all the methods of numerical method. Thank you.